And here is another Newton's second law example. Here's a good lab we can use for life. Background. What we are doing. We are doing an investigation to try to prove Newton's second law by creating an investigation, a test, net force, mass, and acceleration are related, and be able to apply the knowledge we gain in everyday situations. Well, what is the purpose? The purpose of the lab is to prove Newton's second law. The second law by finding the relationship between net force, acceleration, and mass. Between net force, acceleration, and mass. How net force affects acceleration when total mass is constant, and how mass affects acceleration when net force is constant. Summary. What's the procedure? Well, what we have to do is by changing the mass in blocks, but still keeping the total mass the same. We can see the relationship between the net force and acceleration. Also, investigation 2, what we're going to do is by changing the total mass of the blocks, what you should do in the real life example, by changing the mass of blocks, but still keep them proportionate in total mass. We can see the relationship between the total mass affects acceleration. Here's block A and here's block B. This is how we're going to set it up. This is a table, course diagrams, block A and B. Well, basically, it's really simple. Imagine you have a Newton, you have 4 forces affecting it. Normal, up. Gravity, down. Weight of Earth on block, down. Tension to the right, and also, since there's friction, it's going to be to the left. For block B, this is simple. You have tension up and gravity down. But they do not equal each other. And our investigation is how net force affects acceleration when total mass is constant. What are you going to do? Well, we set up a diagram. Weights, string, pulley, and random table. Random table right here and here. Have a camera ready, so you can take pictures or you can videotape it. It helps for when you go to when you graph it on Logger Pro. Set up so that block B is heavier than block A. Total mass must never be changed. For our procedure again, release the block A from rest and record what happens to both blocks. For part 5, change the proportions of masses of both blocks, but the total mass has to be equal. Repeat 5, 1 to 4 necessary. Well, how does the total mass affect acceleration when the net force is constant? What you do is same as investigation 1 and 2. Step 3, you set up the block B is a little heavier than block A. Then you release block A from rest. Record what happens to the two blocks. Change the total mass, make sure block A and B are still in the same portion. Repeat 5, then 1 to 4 necessary. Well, basically, this right here is a good lab to do for the second law.